Terve and welcome to Kepper's Garage.
Before I started to powder coat the swing arm, I took off these bushings. They had these small metal bushings inside there, and the rubber parts are completely rock hard. So these are no good anymore. The bushings are out of the swing arm axle holes. And also I took off the rear shock mount bushing, which is also rock hard. So I figured out that I should probably replace them, but then I was wondering how should I replace them. And after a couple of thought processes, I remembered these ones. You probably have seen the episode about creating the footrest rubbers for the scooter. So I have some of the stuff still left. I guess I have complete bottle of it. I'm not sure whether it's still good or is it gone bad already, expired or something. So I will try to create new bushings. But first I will need the mold, of course. And I was thinking that I probably can 3D print these eggshell-like structures. After the material has cured, I can peel off the plastic around it, so I end up having this beautiful new bushing, I hope. So I did measure up the holes for the bushings and went and 3D printed out the molds for the new bushings. So these are 0.5 millimeters thick, and the outer cavity will form our bushing. So there is two molds for the both swing arm bushings and one for the this one. So this is the stuff. It's Sika Bi-Resin UR350. It's polyurethane elastomer, and it has expired 2022, almost a year ago. But let's see whether it comes out from the bottle and we can mix it. It should be 100 units of this and 35 units of this. Now I should be able to somehow block the tiny holes out of the molds. I don't want the middle part to have anything in there. I'll put in some sort of pieces of these foams there. Alright, so now I probably use the stick to dribble in the stuff. Let's get used a little bit closer. I have this anti-stickiness stuff, so let's apply that there too. And we get the rest of it out from there. The smell reminds me of the project with the rubbers we already did for the scooter. Then we start dribbling it in. Did I spray something over here too? I think I did not. Oh, it will take forever to do it like so. Can I just pour it in? Maybe if I twist this just a little bit. Make it go in there. Alright, and here we have the bushings. They have been sitting in the mold quite a long time now, so my plan is to remove the plastic mold around it by breaking it, just simple as that. But I'm not sure how does it work, but we will see. It should break out pretty easily, and that's the idea behind this. And this is the last one. Great. So this is the outcome. These are pretty soft. I'm not sure if, well, I guess this is what they need to be. The old ones are like, so let's see how they now fit on the swing arm. Unfortunately there has been some sort of crack going on here, so seems like the bushing has probably shrank a bit after I pushed in the metal bushing, so it has cracked, but not completely, so we can use it. I'm gonna push it in there and it's gonna stay there for sure. It's not gonna come out of there or anything. This is window cleaner, so it will lubricate the entry, but it will also evaporate out from the hole, so it's good stuff for things like this. So let's add a bit of it there and let's put it in there. It's actually going in pretty nicely with the window cleaner, I mean. Without it, it doesn't go in there like we are witnessing now. That's for the first side, and then we go to the other side. Lubricationing. So good. Those are in there. Let me show you just quick. So that's there. And this is the other side. Alright, so the swing arm is ready for the frame. Alright, so I did have this axle which is for the swing arm. There was bolt rusted in there on the threads, so I had to use some heat to get it out from there. I guess the axle survived. There's a couple of misleading threads there, so I probably clean the threads out with the thread tool and continue to use this one, because this one I don't have new, so I guess it will be fine. Alright, then the other side. Alright, I actually ruined the other side. So I rethreaded at the top of the old thread. So it was like eating everything out of there. Stupid me, but this is something I will now need.
You probably remember the wind blade we took out from the scooter frame. Well, what has happened in the meanwhile, I've been tracing the wind blade with the computer. I created the vector out of this, and I contacted this gentleman I met while playing paddle. We have been playing a couple of times together. He owns this company which creates all kind of banners and signs. The company is called Kilpi Koskinen. Look what I managed to get from him. You probably already know what's gonna come out. Completely perfect wind blade. So this has been laser burned through the anodized aluminum plate. So it's basically black aluminum, but it has this anodized surface, and the laser has been carving these holes based on the vector image I created. Nico, by the way, thanks. These are great. But we will now see if I can punch some letters and numbers in these, and let's see how they bend. I bought this set of punch letters. These are basically iron bits with the letters at the end of it, and you place them where do you want to put the letter, and then you knock it with hammer. So let's try it here and see how it works. A, B, C, D and stuff like that. Where's the D? A, B, C, L. No wonder it was cheap. It's missing the D. No, it's there. So D. Let's try. So D. D will go there. Let's see. D. Whoa, it almost went through the thing, so maybe a little less power. And then the L. No, it's because I have the rubber at the other side. Yep, that's why we do it with the practice part. So it sucked right into the rubber. Now we need to only dodge the holes in the counterpart. And the L. DL. Okay, so it's doable. So I'll start banging and let's see what we end up having with. And here we have it. I guess it went pretty okay. I didn't have the comma, so I went with I letter, only the corner of it. So 3.74307777 DRL. Pretty nice. So now I will try to bend it to match the curve of the frame. So I already practiced a little bit with the other one, so it can be bent. Only thing which makes me worried is that it makes this crunchy noise while I'm bending it. I know that aluminum's a little bit brittle, so let's hope that it stays together. And let's, by the way, not overdo this. It's almost there now. Just perfect. Yep, I will create the holes first and I will transfer the holes into the wind blade. So drill time. Whew, what a job. After 5 snapped drill bits we have 2 holes. Whew. Not sure if this is made out of some sort of titanium, the frame I mean, because the drilling was some sort of big project. So next we are trying to map the holes. Gonna use some tape. I have seen this on internet. Now I don't know how to do it. Okay, so let's put this here. That hole does line up. Also that one. Pretty neat. So next we will need to add the rivets. But first I would like to have some paint there. Alright. So I use this VHT roll bar and chassis spray paint to fix the holes. So this is my brush, piece of cardboard. I'll just fix the scratches I made with the drill bit and it's more than pretty good. Pretty good. And it's gonna stay under the wind blade, so we are not gonna see it, but we know that it's now rust proof. Let's see how this goes. So I'm using these punch rivets. Not sure what the actual name is, but these are like rivets which has these weird thread kind of threads. Maybe they are called thread rivets. So these kind of rivets, they have these small threads and when you punch them into the hole, they won't come out from there. So I'm gonna try the lower one first. Let's see how it goes. Yep, it's going in. Perfect. Now we start figuring out how to put the frame together. And welcome to the second epic milestone of the project. Of course the first one was the engine and now this second one is the frame. So we have the frame, we have the rear shock, we have the rear mud flapper, we have the swing arm. I bought this new set of bolts and nuts. That's lesson learned from Suzuki project. Do not paint the nuts and bolts, it just won't last. There is some old parts, so we can check if something is missing. It's probably in there. There is that and there is those things. Yes, let's continue. Alright, I brought you back because there is these bushings inside the frame. This will be here so that this box won't collapse after I tighten up the screws. That one. So these are not the same kind of things. I guess this is the original one because it looks old and it has all the fittings and stuff like that, and this seems to be new. These are also different sizes. So I thought that I will create two identical ones, and from the new pipe we will use that. And here we have the bits. Pretty nice. Even though this metal pipe was stored outside and it has gone rusted. So now I'm wondering what should I do for the bits for them not to get rusted. Phew. Yep. It was the first two pieces I wanted to put together with the complete parts like advertised. Yet again, I'm still trying to do the parts which are missing. But about the corrosion prevention, what should I do? I'm thinking, should I go and do some quick blackening? So I will heat them up and dip them into motor oil and they will get this pretty resistant finishing. It also should be a little bit black too. Other option would be that I would paint them. But if I leave them like this, it's gonna rust. It's gonna rust. But if I polish them pretty shiny, is it gonna rust? If I now start to paint them, it's gonna go just like in Suzuki. I do the quick blackening. It's fun. Haha. Welcome to investigate the new idea I got. So this is gun blue. It's chemical blackening liquid. So it will create a rust proof surface and it's gonna be black if I remember correctly. So let's see. It takes 30 minutes to cure, so we will see how it goes. Let's see. How cool is that? Hopefully it transfers to the camera, but the metal is turning black and I have to point out that the liquid is completely transparent. It's just a chemical reaction on the part which is causing the effect. Alright, that's done. Before after magic. Alright, let's wait for 30 minutes and see what happens. While waiting for the gun blue happening, let's put back together the rear shock. So this is pretty much super simple. We have the washer which keeps the thing against this flat surface. So with the washer and then the nut. Like so. Alright, I guess it's good enough. Okay, it's almost 30 minutes later. So it needs to be rinsed with water. So let's do that. So here we are. It's like matte gray, blackish, but it's black enough for the purpose. Pretty neat. I will apply some generic motor oil for these and we will be using them next on the build.
I was going to install the swing arm next, but I remember that I ruined the swing arm axle. So I have the correct sized material, so I will create the replacement part for the axle and we will continue from there. Why this has like less stretch than the other side? Has this been cut already once? Does the ends look like similar? No! This is sharper. You probably can see the end of the axle, it's like flat and sharp edges. If we compare to the other side, it's more original and has this tiny smoothening there. So I'm suspecting that someone has already broke the threads once and has cut out something of it. So let's add more there. So all this will be threads. We can always cut it out from there if it's extra, but I'm pretty sure that we should have this sized axle. Next I'm gonna cut it and then we do the threads. I'll bring you back when it's cut. Yeah, it's like minus 17 degrees outside and that's why I don't want to set up the cameras outside and show you the 2-second cut with the angle grinder. Hopefully you can survive. Watch your ear. Alright, then starts the threading. I will use a little bit of oil. I said a little bit. There's probably a little bit too much. And then it's just hard labor. So I will put you on some time-lapse stuff and let's see how it comes out. Okay guys, this seems to be a little bit more difficult than I was imagining it to be. I'm trying to do the threads for the 10mm axle. I'm trying to do M10 with the thread spacing of 1.5. This is too thick, that I already know because it's not happening. I grinded this down to 9.7mm, so let's see whether it works now or not. It's already working much better than it was working earlier. Now it's slipping in the vise.
I got the threads going on this far. Like there. Super far, but it's stuck there. It's now thicker at the end of the threads we need to go. And then I scratched the middle part of the axle, and I was going to grind this a little bit more and smoothen this, but it's fucking twisted. Oh. Haha. Watch me, I have the thread here. So it worked out. Lessons learned. Number 1. Don't give up. Watch me doing it. The fool here in Finland. You can do it also. Number 2. You cannot do the M10 threads on 10mm axle straight away. First I need to grind it down a bit, and with a bit I mean it should be around 9.5 or 9.6, so 0.5mm less. Then it works. And what else? I don't know what else, but I'm full enough to start this from the scratch. I have plenty of the material and I want it to be perfect, so I will now create same sort of axle, then I will grind the ends 0.5mm smaller, and then I'm able to do the threads more easily. And you have already seen me bouncing around with this, so let's see you in a bit. And it's done, ladies and gents. Let's have a look. Here we have the original axle. Then there was the other try, which I ruined by not grinding the ends of the axle before starting to thread it. So the threading tool just ate off the metal. I also scratched it from the middle because I didn't use anything softer material on the vice jaws. And then we have the completely perfect specimen here. So this is same length from both ends, not a single scratch on the middle. And if we compare it to the original one, the threading is somewhat similar on the both ends, and we have the missing length there too. So let's consider that done. And here we are yet again with the axle, because I was starting to think that should I do some sort of rust proofing for it. And I'm not actually sure what would be the best way to prevent the rust. So I think I could try a couple of different things. We did the bluing for, like the liquid bluing for the bushings. That went well, but it makes the axle go black. Not sure whether I want to do that because of the original axle was not black. So I dug my chemical stash and found this white lithium grease. And it says that long-lasting protection from rust and corrosion. I don't want it to be black, so I'm not gonna do the bluing for this part. And then I'm gonna put it in here and do a little bit more of this. Is this good idea? This is not learned from any kind of YouTube video, I'm just improvising now. The idea for this in my brains is that the metal will get the oil in every tiny corner where the metal might have some sort of dent or something, and it's gonna somehow be good. I don't know. Let's try this. We can see it like after 1 year whether it's been rusted or not. Then I need to tear down the whole scooter and do it again with another way, but that's how we learn again, right? Alrighties. I'm pretty sure we can proceed with this swing arm installation. Let's see, how was this? I guess this was between there. So I was, darn. All the time I was thinking that the swing arm axle will be exposed, but it's not exposed. Stupid me. So maybe this whole lithium grease thing was not something we should be doing. We grease the... Yep, so I'm gonna use some grease, even though we have the lithium grease already. So I want to have the swing arm axle nice and greasy. It's a little bit dirty looking operation, but that's only your twisted mind. And swinging like a swing arm should be swinging. Swing arm in, so what next? We can do the rear shock. This is easy, it's gonna be here like this. But am I missing the bolt here? There is not on the other side, so maybe I can use something new. But hey, actually, the nut we were using here was not supposed to be there, because this should be actually inside there. Bloop. Now I remember, let's take it off. So this should be in there. We can use the same washer, of course. So how is this possible? Right. Now it's going. Yes. Then we attach the rubber plug onto the bolt, so this will form some sort of fail-safe. If the spring is compressed completely down, the rubber thingy will catch the frame there. So this is the way this goes. And I would need to have this in there somehow. Like this. But how I'm going to be able to screw that in there? Okay, so this needs to be done first. This needs to be connected first, then I can connect this end with the weird nut there. So I'll tear this down. So first goes this, like there. Where is the... This feels to be better here. So let's put this now in. Then we want to put this one there. So I will first connect the rubber and also the nut. Then we want to have it in there. Wow, now the swing arm is on the way. Let's do this. Nice. Then we can put probably this whole assembly in there. Yes, we can. Now I can probably have it inside the swing arm. Is it gonna fit there? Nice. Nicely dies. Now I'm probably stupid, but I put those bolts this way. My perfectionist side wants me to do it this way. I hope you can understand. I probably wouldn't be able to sleep if it was another way around. Alright, that's in there. I'm just scared that I will ruin the paint job, but I will use the rack. It's not gonna come out of there, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm not sure how the swing arm should be actually connected. Should I have bolts in between there? Because there will be the fairing which comes into the same bolts. Do I need to have something? Of course, I need to have some nuts for the swing arm not to come out, then there will be the fairing. I have this one too. So there is that. It's gonna be like some sort of decorative nut, I'm pretty sure. It's bigger than your usual nuts. So that means of course that we need to connect the swing arm in this stage. Then we have enough of the axle to connect the fairing to. So yep, let's put some nuts there too. There's the lock nut. I need to do it like I did the other side too. So by having two nuts together, it should prevent the axle to spin. Alright, there we have the swing arm. So this goes here. There is two holes in the frame for these guys, and then there is this. So this needs to be here. So that needs to go there somehow. Let's try. First with this bolt. This guy. This is now as far as it goes down here. So this is what we need to work on. It's better from this side, so we can use a little bit of gentle persuasion here. I will use some rubber to protect that way. close. Yes, sir. Where's the mallet? Quick before it changes its mind. That's what they call plug and play. Now we just have to hope that it won't explode when I'm sitting on that with my ass. Piece of cake. Nice. Alright, the back flabber is there. Have to say it wasn't super easy task, but it's there. Okay, so the frame is up and standing proud with little bit of help. But yep, I think this will conclude the trilogy of the frame assembly. And next I'm gonna work on the wheels. Let's have them also neat and clean. Then I think it's time to move on the front end. I haven't even disassembled the front end just yet, but I know that there is also the front end swing arm and some other stuff like the shocks and that kind of things which needs to be figured out. So we have bunch of stuff to do, but that's fun. Yeah. Alright, so thanks everyone and hope you enjoyed the frame rebuilding, and please remember to like and subscribe, and whichever you like. Leave also comments if you feel like there is something you would have done differently, or if there is something that you think that was cool or stupid or whatever. Please leave a comment so we can discuss about stuff. Yeps, but hey, see you on the next one.